will enjoy this shower with the wood soap.
She's found the
But I mean, we can start.
Hurry up, Padari. Turn on the shower. It's
gotta
free.
start
You were asking before, I think Gracie and John were only a few years apart.
I think they were. I think Gracie was a little older.
Gracie
Yeah.
was older.
Yeah.
I don't know about how much. I mean, we
was
don't
that her
know.
real name?
Gracie. She was at St. Mary. It was shower.
On the internet?
Positive.
Yeah.
She went to the Mormons. The
What?
Mormons have records from the whole
Oh, it was, I think it's
Yeah.
Charlotte, and she said, well, this one he'd go for
Somebody said they
tonsils,
take great
wouldn't come out right.
the
And
Mormons.
because that's part of the religion.
she said it was the worst doctor ever. Working surgery with him.
Is he one of your relatives, that butcher?
I think it's Dr. Shala. Terry knew the name because she had him. She worked with him. Yes. He's
wait a minute.
Sinek. They were going to send him through college or something, and he didn't get to go. And the other one, I think, went to college to become a doctor.
Well, they
And
had
he
a son,
made it, and he
Ed.
was
He wanted to go to be a lawyer.
Yeah, he had to help at home, but the other one went and become a doctor or something.
So the doctor is related to Joan.
Yes, I'm positive. And Terry knew him at the hospital.
It would be half to John.
How about Ed Hart? Maybe one of his kids. Oh no, it was Zala.
When did we forget William S. Hart?
That was a relative.
I think it was.
It was. Yeah, it was. Who was it?
William S. Hart, the cowboy.
Well, who started it all?
Whose relative? His relative?
To the Hearts.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know exactly how, but it was.
So who started it all?
Adam and
That
Eve,
is
I think.
interesting.
Gonna tell me we had Polish cowboys?
So I'm not sure Hart is Polish.
They got him in Bucktown all over.
John's mother was on and so
He
his
doesn't
mother.
remember it, and he doesn't remember it.
You were the one going after the chickens.
Yes.
You always got us in trouble.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you the way it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'm gonna tell you the way it is.
Not my butchie.
We're lassoing, and Skippy and I, we
That's
make the
telling
lassos.
about your mom.
Skippy and I are making the lassos. We're catching blue animals. Yeah, no, that was after. We had to get good. We had to get good before we took you on.
He wouldn't do that.
And then, so
Hey, how about that house we built?
So Skippy and I were getting the lassos, and Skippy said, well, we're getting pretty good. Gerald, would you come here a minute? Would you ride on by a bike? And I said, we're just going to see if we can get you. And I will leave go soon. Gerald's going by, rope around Skippy. I tell him, mother, oh, Gerald, you're all right. You're all right. Get the rub mark off his neck.
I remember in that house,
You know what I'm
House on
talking
the
about.
they built the walls and then they put a roof on it and it didn't quite fit just exactly right. And at one corner where the roof met the wall, there was this much space, and somebody had to go. One of the boys had to go to the bathroom.
First, you got
And
a
I
fire
said,
to warm it up.
He had the whole that thing in the roof. And I says, how? And I said, well, you got the equipment to do it. Well, I don't know how they would get their body in position, but I thought they should be able to. At the roof
you
line,
thought they should have been able to do it, huh?
And then we had a fire outside to keep warm, and it went dead, and pretty soon Skippy's up. I need help. He's dying. Oh, Poppy said, Skip, the door's right there. Oh, okay. He went back to sleep. And then we put the camp. We were going to camp out in the woods. We had them days. They had them little packets, like a wax packet you make fire with. So we went out till we started the fire, and it's getting a little darker, and we were maybe 100 yards from the house, and we had a big crock, white crock out there. We used to take our baths in by the pump. And we're out there, it's getting a little darker, and it's woo, 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 woo. And, oh boy, I think maybe we're gonna go home now. Woo, man, let's go, we made a beeline. And all of a sudden we saw the white crock. Skippy, a white wolf, brilliant, we were gone. We made it back to the house so fast.
But I remember better is that Skippy had a rifle.
Oh yeah, the 22.
And we, the two mothers were there with the children. The fathers
shoot at
were
the
in
lights in
city
the window.
working. And somebody's Aunt Florence or Mrs. Haleva saw there's somebody out there, and there were chicken thieves in those days. So
Yeah.
Aunt Florence says, "Skip, bring me your gun." So she starts shooting and shooting, but
7
nobody.
dead chickens.
The next day, the windows were out and the chickens were dead.
Oh, good.
I remember we had the boleros. We made them out of tape, and we made them 3 balls like from the dumps, all that tape.
Oh, yeah.
So then me and Skip, we're getting wind them up, and look at that chicken. The chicken's walking. Let's see if we can get him. Put all of a sudden the neck on a chicken like that. Oh my God, we're trying to straighten his neck back out. The chicken's running. We're trying to straighten his neck. I said, Skip, we killed the sucker. Let's go. We run like hell. The chicken with his neck cracked.
And then, do you remember when we first went out there, we had all these baby chicks that they were going to raise?
Oh, we had them at our house.
Yeah.
We had them at our house on Augusta.
Yeah, that's right. And we took we had the chickens out there, and these were city girls, women, families, didn't know a thing about farming. And Aunt Florence and Ma thought for sure they were constipated. They didn't see enough poop around or something. So she didn't want the chickens to die before the dads came. So they went and got Vaseline, and they picked them up and were greasing their butts. And they, is that what got it?
Oh
And then Skippy and I,
have to be a farm girl.
we went in this little room in the grain bin. Remember that little, it was cement grain bin on both sides, and it was no wider. Here the grain bin was here, and we're not one on this side. So these mice, we'd run in, and mice would run straight up the concrete and jump in a bin. So Skippy and I come with the 22 lead heads. Boom! Wee, 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 wee. Ricochet. Get him, Skip! No! Boom! Wee, wee, wee. That 22 were ricochet. We're lucky we didn't get killed. Oh, we're this far away from the wall and shooting at that sucker. Wee, wee, wee.
You remember when the basement used to flood?
Yeah, we go.
And,
But this big,
at the store.
yeah, at the down at
I'll
grocery
never
store.
forget the big man that said, and I don't want you damn kids down there. No. You walk away. Down. We're swimming. I'm sure the shit.
Come on, yeah.
no.
How we have made it now.
One thing I always remember, he still owes me a hot dog.
Tony?
Tony owes me a hot dog. Tony, you owe me a hot dog. Mark, where are you at? We were on Marmora Avenue in the alley between Marmora and Monitor. We dug the trenches, and one time it rained. It was full of foxholes used to make was full. And Tony says, "Let's go swimming." I said, "I don't know." He says, "I'll give you a hot dog. You go swimming." Oh, we both got in there, and Tony says, "Give you a hot dog if you go under." And there was mosquito larvae all over the top. And I couldn't turn on for hot dog. He said, "I'll bet you a hot dog you won't go under." Broom, under the water, come up with the mosquitoes larvae all over. And I never got my hot dog.
And I hid behind the garage one day.
Yeah.
He's got the BB gun, my BB gun too. And hide behind there again. About 3 or 4 times I did that. He's timing it. As I come in, I went, ping! I was going home.
You remember your 2 hunters used to shoot the little birds?
And cook them.
Then cook them.
The sparrows, we'd have all. Uncle Johnny used to shoot them from.
That's why there are no birds left in Chicago. We used to try to roast potatoes too. We'd get the potatoes, stick it in the fire. Yeah, 5 minutes must be done because they're black on the outside.
Then we put them in clay after a while. We would make
Like
clay.
Indians, really good.
Yeah, and we put them in
The
clay.
cake was all dry, we'd break it open.
Yeah, we had potatoes. But I remember the sparrows. Uncle Johnny and his friends were shooting them off the top of a roof by the store. So me and Mug, we grabbed it right away. Took that sparrow, we gut them out, we put them on a little stick and we're cooking them. Is it done yet, Mug? I don't know. Grab a pound of butter we put on that thing, cook them up. It's really good. So we're over there and pretty soon, okay, Butch, we can eat now. We go like, I got the hot BB. What's that? I said, you didn't take the BB out. I said. And then when we went to the lagoon, we used to catch
We used to
the
cook these
bullhead.
birds.
Yeah.
Butch go in the store and he'd steal butter. My brother go in our house and he'd steal tinfoil. As he's walking out, you can hear.
But
What's that? I don't
the
know.
bullheads, that lagoon was so dirty. The bullheads taste so good when you cook them in solid butter. Oh, we just would be a little bullhead like that. We'd clean them out, we'd cook them and all that butter. Oh, they taste good.
I think we
Because without the butter, they taste like mud.
I remember when Butch was little, he liked kohlrabi, and we
Oh,
never
yeah.
had a garden.
Oh.
So he went next to some guy that had a garden back there, and he stole kohlrabi. And he came home and he showed my mother, who had a grocery store. They said, I got a kohlrabi, and she says, "Where'd you get that?" He says, "I took it from Mr. Somebody's garden." Well, that's stealing. You got to go to confession and confess it.
Frank Fiore, I bet you
I don't know. So he went to confession and he said, he told the priest, and the priest said, "Well, how much did kohlrabi cost?" And he says, "2 for a nickel." And so he says, "Okay, go put a nickel in the poor box." So then he came home and he told Grandma about what the priest said and everything. And Grandma says, "So what did you learn from that?" "I could go steal one more because I had to pay for 2.
Me and Mugger.
Not my Butchie, you wouldn't do that.
Me and Mugger, when they had the guy by that coffee place, he had the big barrels out with the onion bulbs. He had the onion bulbs out for spring planting. So Mug says, "Okay, Butch, when you go by there, just grab them and just take them. What for? Just go in there, grab them." We grab a handful of them onion bulbs. We'd run home, we put them in our pockets. I just get home, Mama says, "The man just called you, stole his onions." Oh, God, was that fast. I had to go back, bring them back. And I went over there, and I threw everything out of my pocket, and I come back home. He called up again and said, "Ma, I give him everything." "You give him your marbles, too." I had to go back and get my marbles.
And you remember Grandma would have the store, and we'd sit up on the top of that apartment building and drop water balloons. And the people would say, we'd dangle our feet over, boing, arms away. She was working in the store, and we were giving her so much grief.
How about when the butchers used to take the BB guns, shoot the old Polish torches, the stick matches?
Oh, yeah.
And we used to hide up the top.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what.
And Jackie screwed the bulb out so he wouldn't see us, and I'm going along the ceiling.
I remember when Butch and I were
I
fighting.
started a fire.
That we were fighting, and he wanted to come back because I had given him a good one. So I locked the door so he couldn't get back at me. And so he says, "Open up, open up." And I said, "I'm not falling for that."
I'm going to shoot you. If you don't get up, I'm going to shoot
So-
you. So I took the matches, and I'm shooting in the house, and they had the old radiators, and there was like
Priscilla
fuzz.
curtains.
Curtain, it was like fuzz behind there. Hit, boom. Open the door, there's a fire. No. Open the door, the house is on fire.
Oh gosh.
And the smoke started coming in. So we take water and dump it behind the and my mother's down tending to the store, and her kids are.
Oh.
Burned the whole apartment building down.
Well, what did you were chasing him and he jumped off a 2-story house? What were you chasing him for?
You got mad at me.
And always your birthday parties, Jack's birthday, where it was,
The ice cream guy.
to always get the board with the bow and arrow with the suction cup on. And that damn Jack, when I'm walking, also bonk! Right in the head. He took the suction cup.
What did you all go to
Not
the
all I
farm?
had
All the
to
whole
wait.
families went?
Yeah.
The two, yeah.
The Braun
And
both
Uncle
Braun.
Tony's and Eddie's family
All
went.
5 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the nicest time. God, it was.
I remember
All
that
summer.
you two
Summer
found,
vacation, we
found
went
the
right out
perfect
of
place
school.
To go to the bathroom.
We got in that
Found a
trailer,
crook
we
in a
went right
tree
there,
where they could
chickens
just
and all
sit
like
and let
that.
it fall.
Kids missing a lot. We had so many lots to play in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, times are different.
The foundation board next door on Memorial.
Yeah.
Ice
We
skating rink.
raised that. We used to skate in there all winter.
Now they have to have fencing and things to keep them busy if we used to
Yeah.
play.
The only thing, if you put children out by themselves, some goofball will pick them up.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You can't.
That
I
is
feel
scary.
No
sorry
freedom.
for them today.
I
We played Ringo Kick the Can.
And that's how it should be.
On the same corner, the
But
same
they don't have to be out by
guys.
themselves, but they sure
Quarter
should
to
limit
10
the amount of
come,
television
everybody
kids
went
watch.
home.
Absolutely.
My dad never had a
There's
say. You
television
better
in this
be.
country.
I,
Well, we're up in the
I'm
cherry
totally
tree.
against it.
Eating cherry guys.
My kids never
Anthony,
did.
If you don't come down, I'll
Ever.
call your father.
Because boy, I censored everything they saw on that television set.
And that was the extent of stealing.
Oh
I can't
no,
say that our kids didn't watch TV. Our kids watched TV.
homework.
But,
Well, I,
but I mean, I had no
We
problems
kept
with
them
it.
active.
But we also had activities for them. I mean, we got involved in soccer.
well, so do my
I
kids
mean,
are
you know,
involved
so
in
I mean,
everything,
there
yeah.
were the after school sports, so.
You don't want to go at night.
Don't- yeah.
Oh, God.
You won't see much at night.
Unbelievable.
Is your house still there?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Both the houses are
Is
still there.
your old house there? Is that now?
Oh, that's still there.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how about the neighborhood you guys lived in? How I mean, is it the same?
That
But
No,
you know what I
it's-
can't
it's
get
treasure
over? You know what I can't
trove of memories
understand is
there.
you cross one
When Grandpa
street
was done with the garden,
and it's a
we
different.
pick up.
Because
streetcar
of
you're
the
taking
assortment
home.
that they've got living
Jack's
there.
buddy.
You know, when you go
we had
towards
to take a
Harlem
bus
and west of
down
Harlem,
Central.
it's still,
You had to take a set down.
even
a
along Oak
bus
Park
Central to
Avenue,
get
there's
home.
still some
So
really
Jack
big,
would go
beautiful,
with
those
him
old
and he'd
mansion
pay his
homes that
fare
were in Oak
for
Park.
him and his little brother.
But they have a
And
lot
he
of
says,
trouble
"Oh,
down where
two, I
they're
want
talking
transfer."
about.
Oh,
you
my
know,
brother
and
saw.
so
Wait a
the
minute.
village
Jack be holding his brother
passed
out
an
there.
ordinance
Jack,
that they
give him
would buy
transfers.
up these
He'd get
empty
on the
properties and
Grand
try to
Avenue thing and
renovate
take
them,
it down
you know,
with
to bring it up better.
Like it was
I never
coming
heard
down
that
Central.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'd always do this.
Broke.
Well, I gotta wait for him, then I get a transfer. I can take the bus over the streetcar.
We used to go to show to Montclair.
Montclair, yeah.
It was 4 cents up, 4 cents back.
Oh,
12 cents
12
to get
cents
in the
to-
show.
yeah.
And we had a nickel for a box of good and plenty.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
set.
and now it costs you $20 to go to the
Yeah,
show.
we were set.
Good old days.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
I'll see.
Well, I don't remember a nickel.
And he had these big, wide rubber bands. And they'd give us the rubber bands, and we take the ragweed and we pull it out, you know, growing out in the prairies. We dry it out, get the spears, and then the big roots on the end, you knock them off, and there'd be that one long tap root over there.
Right.
We'd get them, we'd wrap that rubber band around it, and we'd have a whole quiver full of them. We'd Tony
You
and
hit
I
somebody,
would
you kill somebody.
they'd be lobbing them across the
I'm
prairie.
telling you, honestly.
You guys
The
were
good Lord,
absolutely
the
lucky.
good Lord raises our parents.
I'll tell you, because you
Yeah.
guys could have killed one another.
Well, yeah, with the baby guns, you could have gotten it in the
Oh,
eye.
that thing, I was sore, I couldn't talk, black and blue, from my nose down.
But you know, then too, when you got hurt, your parents said, "You'll be all right."
Yeah, and that is it.
I came in, I fell off my bike, I tore this whole thing open. Band. Next day, my arm went to bed.
Yeah,
They never
that's
took you to the
When I
doctor.
ripped my finger
I mean,
open,
you have
I was
to-
trying to scale a football fence at a football game, and I climbed up to the top, and it was a Page cyclone fence, and I caught my finger, and the cop came and said, "Get out of here!" And I slid down and ripped my finger open. And I went home and I told my dad, and he says, "Go soak it in boric acid." Boric acid. Is that what
Peroxide.
No, boric. He said, "Go soak it," and I said, "Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it." And I said, "It's really bad, Dad." Yeah, just wait. I'll take care of you. And then he looked at it and he says, "Oh my God!" And he hauled me upstairs, and that's my. But he just forget about it.
I know, they never.
How about when Mug got hit with the sled? He pushed me out of the way,
Yeah.
coming down the big hill.
Yeah.
A couple little kids come flying down.
The big hill at Reese Park.
Yeah.
You ever look at that big hill now?
There is no big
It
hill.
looks like a little
lump.
hill.
A
Yeah.
little lump.
We had
Remember
the
you-
ski jump
jump
there.
Yeah, that was
But
just.
that was that wasn't used when
No,
we were there.
it was
but
the end of, we start going there and they just discontinued because kids were going up there. But I saw, we thought that,
You know what we used to do? We used to get a kite and go up there, to the peak, and it was going up like this.
Yeah.
We had it would be a west wind,
Yeah.
east wind going west.
Uh,
We'd fly.
there and you get on top of that hill with the ice skates down, right down with the ice skates. You're nuts. I said. But it was, now we see it just a little mound.
Yeah, yeah.
And then was it Wednesday they had the movies at Reese Park?
Did
You
they?
got
Oh,
movies?
yeah. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
but
now.
We had a couple plum trees. We used to
And
go there in
allergies.
the morning. Yeah, the allergies all day long, and plums. And my dad said, "Where were you?" I was at the room, Dad.
You guys eat? Well, yeah, we had
Yeah,
allergies.
he said,
We had,
Video
"Come
player
home,
on that list.
eat, and then
Got
go
a
back."
video player
I
on that
said, "You
list.
can't go. I know where you're at. You know, you're behaving, you're fishing." We go there, we
Next
cut
year
a,
we'll put
a,
up.
a sapling about that big. Take
down in
yeah.
holes, and it was just the water would run underneath there, and it was like cracks. You could look underneath there
At the lagoon?
by the
Yeah,
lagoon
yeah.
between them two
Yeah,
little
yeah.
ponds.
Right.
We'd be in that hole all day long, waiting for that bluegill to bite. He'd be down there, you'd be teasing him all day long. He wouldn't bite.
We had the concrete mark and
Yeah.
we so much, you know.
And then you'd sell the bluegills.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say we.
They ate them.
But usually, if we got any fish, especially a bullhead, that was big time. Then we'd fry them up.
You like that?
He had two young ones at one time, and we would tease them. And then Tony and I would remember we'd run
Run up
well,
on the doghouse.
doghouse, and we'd jump on this flat roof, and we'd run, and we'd tease them, and they'd run. And all of a sudden, boom! Them goats were right out there on the roof with us. What the hell we do now? We jumped off the roof. They went right on the roof after us. So they got 2 goats on top of the roof now.
Yeah, we used to milk the goats and from squirting and squirting, and then it began to foam.
Yeah.
And he'd come out of the barn, or you or Jack or me, we'd stop, wait. We get face right in.
Good. That's why they survive.
Yeah.
But that didn't a lot of the sick where they people come and get by the goat's milk. It was very rich or something very.
Well,
Were you skinny?
No.
No, I was a
Were you
boy.
skinny?
No.
You were.
Yeah. But I was not
You didn't
earlier
drink
than that.
goat milk though.
Jack was the runt to the crowd.
Yeah.
Did you eat
But Jack
sparrows?
was always the runt. He was
Yeah.
Yeah, delicious.
That's why he's so active now.
Oh, I see.
I'm always flitting around.
Fish and sparrows.
So what did you do with the chickens? That she called
That's
Skippy and I were.
I was
Yeah, he got
paid $1.05 to
Yeah,
to get
to buy a car?
yeah.
No, Skippy and I were driving on our bikes, and once we got by Shima's, that's when the dogs would come out. Skippy's going up, and we were driving. Skippy said, "I'm not getting on that side. You get on that side." He went on the other side, and it was some other girl coming the other way on a bike, and they smacked in the dark.
I
Oh!
remember that.
Do you remember that?
He thought he was gonna give me the side where the dogs are on, and the girl had the same idea. She was gonna be on the other side of the road, and they both smacked.
I remember
With bikes.
trying to pull the tires, straighten off the tires.
Yeah.
And then go boom, 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 boom.
I'm not sure that's, well, of course, I
Oh,
gave them
it's
all
so
that.
much fun at a farm.
extra.
Then we had our favorite tree, and then they cut it down.
Yeah.
We'd always go up to big,
Take them
huge
for next
oak tree.
year.
I think it was big. We'd always climb up there and,
We didn't cut it down.
no, somebody else
next-
after
oh,
that,
okay.
yeah, when I went back there.
Jerry was talking about that, what did we called it? The Mexican house. Didn't we call it Mexican? Because I think there were migrant workers in the area. I think that's what we, and we stripped the roofing from some of Grandpa's other buildings to make the roofing for that. Do you remember that when Grandpa came? He's like, oh my God, what
Well,
they
we
do?
took a lot of his good
tar
lumber.
paper and
Yeah.
A lot of good lumber too. That's,
one roof and put it on.
Can you roof the Mexican's house?
It was our like play shed, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they called
That
it
we
the
call it
Mexican.
house, yeah.
I think that's what we
like that.
called it.
So you had a place when it rained and snowed and sleeted.
No, I wouldn't
Well,
trade
you
them.
wouldn't stay too dry.
And you wouldn't be there when
You'd be out of the
snowed.
wind a little bit.
Because I remember going over there in the winter and sleeping in your snowsuits, your pants, and galoshes and everything because we didn't have any heat there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mom would go down, she'd iron the sheets to keep them warm, and then she'd run them upstairs. We'd jump in bed, we'd still get all our clothes on. And I remember when we were in the one room,
The door.
we had to go all the way
That
outside
was,
to
that
the
wasn't
outhouse.
at the farm though.
At the farmhouse,
Yeah.
when we go up at the farmhouse, we all had to go to the toilet. Window went up right through the screen. By the end of the summer, the screen all rusted out.
They had a toilet in the house, though. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but
But
we
it
had
was
to
never
pump it or
used.
something,
You
yeah.
had to pump it, and so they said no, just use the outhouse. But I mean, it had a tub, it had a stool, it had
Yeah,
a basin.
and then they had like
but
a
we
pump
never used the-
downstairs, and our sink we had a pump. It was so funny. At the end of the summer, that screen was all rusted out.
You'd have been peed through all the
Yeah. Was at night we weren't gonna go outside. It was so dark.
Yeah.
And the old hoot owl. Remember the old train just come through? Here comes the hoot owl. Woo, woo, would come through the town. Hoot owl used to go.
We
But
did
you guys
that-
stayed up there for a
we did
year.
that now.
For the summer,
one
just
summer.
for the summer.
But I mean, they bought it for a year.
Yeah,
No, Grandpa had it for more than a year.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then we just stayed the whole summer, and it was the best summer we
Oh,
had.
it was. I got more essays for class out of that summer.
What you did in the summer.
Yeah.
That's when we first started finding arrowheads. It was over there. We started walking down the field
That sand field.
in the cockleburrs. Remember the sandburrs? We'd walk out there with bare feet. Where's our shoes? Where's our shoes? And then
And-
sandburrs would be pulling them out.
Do you remember then sunbathers? And I think Skippy and you and Jack, I don't know if you were in on that, used to get your binoculars and watch the sunbathers out in the sand there. I don't know
He
who
never
belonged,
told me about that.
who they belonged to. I mean, who they were young gals. I don't know whose family they came from.
I don't know.
Not my butchie, he
Yeah,
was
I would you know.
I remember my mugger would take me.
Yeah.
He would take me when, you know how the entrance would go up to the dentist's office
Yeah.
at front by our store, our grocery store. It was our grocery store and like the main lobby going up to the apartments and to the
Dentist.
dentist's office. Was another store there. Mug said, come on, Butch, we'll sit over here. We'd sit. It was like a little, real wide opening. And he said, well, you sit here, and I'll sit over here. And, well, what are you gonna do, Mug? He said, I got a mirror. When some girls go by, we'll put the mirror like this. 1-4, Mug! And then we got the little girl down the block. I forget what her name was. And he said, okay, Butch, you wait in the weeds. And when she comes by, we'll run and pull her pants up. What do you want to do that for? But he had such an uninteresting thing to do.
Remember the little hot dog stand in front of the house right next to
Yes, yes. We started out and then they wouldn't give us.
We put the collar on it, we put the leash, we'd hide there.
Yeah.
On Halloween when people walk by, we take that damn, it's big at night, we throw it over there with hit that cyclone fence. Poor old lady, I don't know how they did it later.
Then Mugger took advantage of Jack's burned leg.
Yeah, when
Was it
Jack
burn
was in the wheel in the little buggy,
Yeah.
legs, took him over to Paragon and then
Seen it
with the
there.
cup, with the tin cup.
Poor boy.
What happened to him?
Well, when he was a little kid.
Yeah, it's funny that they weren't in on that one. It was just Frankie Koschel and you
Yeah,
and Jack. Yeah.
Kazels and Frank Kazel
Kazel, yeah.
and my brother and I, we were gonna go camping. So we had a sterno kit and we didn't have no sterno for it. So we're going, he said, hey, there's some stuff that might burn, was in an alley near his
In a
house.
jug.
So, and I said, Jack, don't do it. No. So Kazel put some on a piece of paper. I said, Jack, you better not do this. He lit it and he ran to the other side of the alley. And he said, oh, it burned. So then he took the rest of the jug, went like this, and it come like a torch, flamethrower. Right across, got Jack.
Flamethrower.
Right across his legs. And then I took my jacket out and I wrapped his legs. You know, he was on fire.
Yeah.
And then Jack was hollering, screaming. I took my jacket off because I thought I was hurting him. The guy come in with a rug.
He
wrapped
heard it
him up.
like an explosion. He heard
Yeah.
it and came down and
And then they burned his legs. And
I'll
the
never
doctors
forget
were
that
going to
day.
take him off. It was burned
Remember
from
when
here
your
down
mom
to here.
Oh, you're kidding.
The doctor says, the Jewish doctor, he says,
Yeah, she was
I
like
brought this
crazy.
kid in this world with 2 legs. He's going out with 2 legs.
My God. So he was scarred then.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
until he was an adult, he finally had
Skin grafts.
Skin grafts, but he was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was
And-
always
She
in.
used to, when the doctor used to change the
Is
bandages,
Jack the youngest?
he'd
Yeah.
make your mom walk down the block.
Yeah.
Jack.
That's how hard Jack was.
Well, no, I'm the youngest.
No, but I mean, their
Their family,
family.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack would scream.
Then-
They didn't have anything, any
Well, they do
Novocaine
the
or
rafts
nothing.
and it
Then.
wouldn't
And then his
That's
legs
the way we
curled up, so then they had to rip him back out to make his straighten out his legs and
Oh, poor kid.
Remember we used
Boy,
to carry him out, we had them lead soldiers,
yeah.
I'd carry him out of the house,
Yeah.
we'd lay him in the dirty sand, and he'd be on his stomach, the back of the legs were burnt, and we'd play. He'd get all dirty and she'd come in, pop me on the head, pick him up and put him in, and wash him all out. I keep telling you, don't play in the dirt.
I
But
can-
Emma,
I can remember Mugger coming over to entertain him, and when we lived on Monitor, and Jack was on the back porch, and he was on our garage roof roller skating, and it was like this, and then he'd go wing, fly off. Then he'd crawl up again, and he'd start skating some more.
I remember when Ruthie was there, and this girl, she's highfalutin.
I don't even think I'd go there, Butch.
Me and Bug are going over there. I went to the store. I got some Hershey's chocolate syrup. You know, we're making milk,
Ruthie lived in the apartment
chocolate
building.
milk, and she lived in the same apartment. We're having chocolate milk, and Ruthie says, "I would like some of that." Mugger says, "Oh, you would? Okay, Butch, let's go make her some." And we went over there and. Oh, chocolate milk over there. Would you want some, Ruthie? Yeah, here. Oh, boy, this is good. What do you mean it's good? We beat it, he says.
Oh no!
All of a sudden, all the families are fighting over the fence. Me and Mug, we run by Rubenstein. Tony says, you guys better not come home because you're going to get killed. The whole families are fighting over that. Me and Mug were sitting in the prairie. I ain't going home, Mug. I ain't going home. He had to tell her, you mean you like it? Oh, it was good. Oh, we beat it.
Wouldn't have been any fun unless
Yeah.
you'd have told her.
Unless you told her, yeah.
And it just,
I didn't tell that story to the boys.
Oh yeah.
That's how Jack and I learned all that bad stuff.
Oh, it's Butch's fault.
And then I remember when Grandpa was saving money so we could go on a vacation, supposedly.
Yeah,
And in the cabinet there was a metal thing built in. He put quarters and
they
stuff.
kept
in there.
building up for the vacation. They kept throwing money in there, throwing money. And Mug says, let's go. He says, I got some money, Butch. Where'd you get it? Oh, my mom's buggy. She always keeps the money. I always keep taking it out of there. And we'd go to show, and then we'd get the Dago cigars, the Crook ones with rum. Him and I, we'd buy soldiers. They're the biggest soldier thing in the town. Hi.
We're moving in on the family reunion.
Yeah, that's okay. Go golfing.
We're just checking it out. We came earlier and there was nobody here.
Oh, that's okay. And he would take them over to Paragon and what's the other one? Radio.
Oh, you're talking about the one with the money?
Yeah, with the money. With the
Oh, the money. Oh, yeah. So Mug would take out your ma's buggy, take all the money, and we were going out. We went to the best shows. We'd sneak to the shows, the Manor we'd go to. And he said, Butch, he says, don't you have any money? Well, I can't go in the cash register. But my mother and father, they got some money. They keep putting it in this can up there. Well, let's go see it. Me and Mugger taking out, we're emptying out all the money.
You did it in stages, I think.
Yeah, we took out a little at a time, and then boy, well, we need some soldiers, and pretty soon we had the biggest army in town. We had soldiers, comic books. We had comic books, and then last time we remember, we come back from the show. It was late. We're smoking these Crook cigars. It must have been about 11 or something. I didn't feel too good. We got home. All of a sudden, your father's there, and my father's there, and oh. Then Mugger, my father said, you wait right here. And that's when your father beat him up the stairs all the way up.
Well, that's it, because so they'd say, where'd you get all those comic books? Oh, they're Muggars.
Yeah.
Muggars say they're Butches. So the two families got comparing notes, and where did they get all these
And they're
soldiers?
checking the money for the vacation. Tinkle, tinkle, there was no money left.
Oh.
So we spent everything. And then he said, you got any more money left? Yeah, we got $1.75 underneath the garage.
And then we lived in a one-bedroom apartment, the five of us. The three of us slept in a studio couch, that folded out, and my mother and father slept in the same bedroom. And they had rock and rye liquor there that used to have that rock candy in it.
Yeah.
And Grandma says we could have that when we were through with the liquor. They were through with the liquor.
Yeah.
So Jack says, I like some of that rock candy, and I said, can't have it till the liquor's gone. Let's drink it.
Oh.
That was not wise. Jack got sick, and when he threw up in the bedroom, it took the varnish right off the floor. Do you wonder how Grandma survived all of our shenanigans and ran a store? And
Oh, Mel. I said, can you move over?
Seen it in Paragon, and they were up there with the little teams with the little tin cup, and over there Mug says, help the crippled person up. Think everybody's putting the lady come back. Emma, do you know that your kid's up there begging for money? I'll kill him. Who's he with? Mugger. I'll kill him too.
He's the one who thought it up.
was either that your brother? Yeah, either that or it was also selling magazine subscriptions. That was another thing. If they couldn't steal the money, that way they'd sell magazine subscriptions.
They had scams going all the time. Jackie and I didn't get as much trouble. We weren't too smart yet.
Mug was slick. He knew he was way ahead of us. He always had something way ahead of us that we didn't even know existed.
Well, that wasn't his real name, was it?
Mugar.
Mugar.
Oh.
That's Armenian. It was Michael.
And he's
Mike
Toros.
is like-
Todos is Tony.
How
Anthony.
much older was
Sima
Mugger
and
than
Osnif, huh?
2 years. He's about a year older than Butch. You're a year
Yeah.
older than I am. He's
Mugger's about a year old.
no
Yeah.
less than
Mugar's a year
about a year and a half.
Between
Yeah.
between Poppy and I, yeah.
Sima was a year older than me, and then me,
Alright.
and
Where's
then
Sima?
Mugar,
Mugar.
and Butch,
Yeah.
Where's Sima?
then Jack, and then Tony, and then Osnif.
Has more. There's another girl.
Ozzy's the same age as me. She's 58.
Next year we'll give you
10 years
What was
between
her name?
Ozzy.
Yeah, there'll be more people. Like Teresa couldn't come because of Frank. She should be able to be here next year.
Maybe one of our kids might come.
Yeah, Jack.
Bring them all.
Well, I don't know about the young one. She'll be on her honeymoon. Oh no, it'll be before.
She can have her honeymoon right here.
Oh, I know. I'm sure she would love it.
Put your tent on.
And just say, look,
Yeah, here,
I'll
here's your
spring
honeymoon.
for the
That's the
honeymoon.
Braun Hilton.
My trailer's
Yeah. Yeah.
They can
We
rent
got
a-
the place to sit down, Marianne?
Yeah.
There's a place to sit down?
You don't think Kathy would like that, huh?
Have it at the driving range.
Boy, now you're getting creative.
I live from quite a bit north from them.
I think she might like Hawaii a little bit better.
Not that time of year, just nice to have you.
Still gonna get any phone calls.
Yeah.
People shaking the trailer.
25 poles, that'd be about 35 kids. Yeah, and then we got them all together, and I said, holy Moses, if they start whipping these things up, everybody's gonna have a hook in their head. So let's spread them out. So then, what's-call's girlfriends were there. I said, you take this kid with the pole, this kid with the pole. So we start spreading them out a little bit, and all of a sudden, Garth cheated over it. We gotta wait, everybody throw it in. He had to get Gavin his first one. Come on, Gavin. He threw that pole in there, and they were starting to hook him. And these kids are all getting antsy there. He's pulling them out left and right.
Hurry up, get my pole.
Pretty soon, they all had poles. We had the worms set up, and I mean, everybody threw their
Did you
line
take
in. Them
pictures?
fish,
Yeah.
everybody got
Everybody
fish.
caught all
Everybody,
the fish there.
the fish were biting like crazy.
Yeah, it was great.
Even Roisin.
Yeah.
Where's
And they were slowing down when I had to get hers. I had to bring her along the other side, and they were starting
What
to slow
happened
down.
to those two girls?
Every winter we go to ice fish Yellowstone Lake, and we'd take them, keeping all these fish. We'd keep them alive, dump them in a pond, dump them. All there was all like 2 or 3 different breeds of bluegill, like the sunfish and the bluegill.
72 varieties of blue.
Is that right? We had about 3 different kinds. Then I got warmouth bass. Are they bad?
I call them, Butch.
I know.
And we
Yeah.
had
God.
Why are they bad?
our house.
Oh yeah.
I told Mick, I said,
Oldest
Mark,
daughter
you
lives
got
2
my
doors
turn.
from
Grab
us,
the
and
radish,
she's
put it
got
out.
like 150
We're working
fish
with
a week.
nice
And
bass
we
coming.
only get 80, but they have
I
their
worked
whole
with all
house
the
gutted out.
I don't know
So
where.
we had them by us,
Boom,
and
see it.
then they used the
Three
fish
quarters
and
of a
went
pound, I
to
pick
other
it up, and
places.
it's damn old rock bass.
So my son-in-law
But you stock your pond
next time you come,
every summer?
No, when we had the trout, we put it in.
he's
So if next year I can get some power down there, and get something to put oxygen in there, keep going. I was thinking that blower right there, Tony.
Aerator, any kind of aerator.
No, I was thinking some blower like that, and I can run just pipe down there, and drill holes. The oxygen will be coming up there at the bottom.
He was a year older.
Yeah.
So I have to get something. But
Honestly, say I flew first class one time.
Yeah.
Uncle Jerry, once for the record, okay, how are we related? Give me the run through.
Every meal was really good.
I'll write it down.
Because we had so many hours layover, then we ate at restaurants.
Once for the record, your mother
But it
and
was
him are
funny.
cousins.
If you want to do it quick, it's not something you'd want to do, but
Yeah.
Right?
I said to her, I want to do it just once.
And you and
the
Butcher first
observation
cousins.
car is pretty, you know, where you sit and look out.
But then you say your mother and
And I took the train to
who
Florida
are
one-
half sisters?
Mabel.
Mabel.
And it was a fun experience. And then
Your mother and John's mother, Mabel, were half sisters.
ended up flying. Yeah. But yeah, that,
And Butch is your cousin.
I don't know, I haven't seen
And
her all
Skippy
day.
is your brother, full brother?
Whose brother?
His full brother.
Oh, Skip.
Right.
Yeah. Same mother, same father.
uh-oh, look who's here.
She was supposed
Same
to come down and see us
trouble.
today.
Who?
Alexa.
Oh.
I haven't seen her all day long.
She was here.
Same
Earlier.
mother, different father?
Same volleyball.
For you two.
No.
Ashley.
Same mother, same father.
Oh.
The only halves was my mother and Mabel. My mother and Sin and Mabel.
Well, you have halves uncles too
Oh, Ashley's still here.
on your father's side, but you
She's,
just don't know.
So I don't know.
Cute little face, pretty little face.
They're both.
Yeah, you know, right? You're right.
Really
Ava Braun
good,
may have been a
yeah.
relative.
Yeah.
And there's a company in California, and it used to be in Alhambra. It was a chemical company, and it was Braun Industries. We may have rich relatives and we don't know it.
Yeah.
But in Germany, Braun is
Yes.
like Brown
Yes,
or
I know.
Smith.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
There's thousands of Browns, and they pronounce it Brown. They don't
Yeah.
pronounce it
Braun.
Braun. And after I got married, I said, it's not Brown, it's Braun. It's Braun.
That's the Americanization of it.
Yeah.
Because in
Get the
in
two
German,
paths
it's
over.
brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Meg went to, our daughter went to Pepperdine, and she said, "Do you know of any of the Browns that have contributed because they're big contributors. Maybe I can get some breaks here on my tuition. I said, no.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, not.
Missed.
My girlfriend's last name is they pronounce it now.
Well, let me
here,
tell you,
Bao.
you guys
It's
did a
big.
beautiful.
That's what I put her.